I'm bored. It's enough.
What are you shouting?
The news is all about this. Unstoppable declining birth rate, worsening global shortage, increasing number of foreign workers.
Well, that's the reality of the current situation in Japan, so it can be helped that the news is all about that. But as you say, I don't like broadcasts that stir up our anxiety instead of discussing concrete solutions.
True.
No matter how much we make a fuss about the declining birth rate, it won't lead to more children. On the contrary, it's putting pressure on many people to have more children.
It's a silent pressure.
To solve the labor shortage, I think the government should spend more tax money on the spread of AI, like in the United States and South Korea. It would be great if 5 people could use AI to do the work that 10 workers have done so far.
Also, it would be easy if AI could make all our videos.
I agree. I continue making videos to study English, but it takes a lot of time. It's so hard. And then there is the increase in foreign workers. Due to the labor shortage, foreigners have become an important source of labor, but it seems that various problems are occurring at a workplace where they are employed. Speaking of which, a survey was recently conducted on Japanese companies that employ workers from overseas. It was found that of those who work with or have worked with workers from overseas, nearly half have had trouble communicating with them.
What exactly are they having trouble with?
Let's look at the results. The biggest problem is that it takes effort to communicate. It's not that foreign workers can't understand Japanese, but Japanese workers must be more careful and use more words to communicate with them, thus needing more effort in communication.
I see. They worry. Did they understand what I said?
Next is mistakes and misunderstandings occur due to lack of Japanese language ability.
I think that this is something that the hosting party needs to provide an environment where foreigners can learn Japanese.
I think so too. But in reality, when asked whether there are systems or opportunities for foreigners to learn Japanese at work, 53.4% answered no.
Oh. Many people communicate at work in English, so they don't need to study Japanese?
Even if you can communicate in English at work, if you live in Japan and can't speak Japanese, your range of activities will be limited and inconvenient in many ways. It would be good to have support for Japanese language study so that workers from overseas don't become isolated in Japanese society. However, companies that hire workers from overseas due to labor shortages probably do not have the time or budget to support overseas workers in the first place.
This must depend on the company and the industry.
Next, 30.4% said they don't know Japanese business etiquette and business practices. Japanese business etiquette and business practices are so unique that even Japanese people have to learn those when joining a company.
If you don't know these things, you'll make the other person uncomfortable or angry.
Next, 23.8% said confused about how to interact with them because of differences in values.
There are differences in values among Japanese people too. Diversity.
Rather than deciding who is in the wrong, it's best to express your thought and feelings and communicate them well and clearly. And 18.5% said they need clear explanations, not ambiguous expressions. Indeed, instructions from superiors are often vague. There is an atmosphere in which people who can understand their superiors' intentions and act accordingly are good at their jobs.
I don't think those kinds of vague instructions are in keeping with the times.
And can't found common topics was 11.9%.
This isn't just limited to foreigners. Even Japanese people often can't find common topics due to generation gaps and personality differences.
You're right. Staff from overseas are working in my company, but I've never found it difficult to communicate with them.
I thought about the results so far, but communication problems also occur between Japanese people.
I agree. Whether you are talking to a foreign worker or a Japanese worker, you need to make an effort to communicate.
Especially if you are short-staffed and you welcome new workers from overseas, you need to have a solid support system.
Recently, there have been a lot of news reports criticizing foreigners who don't follow manners.
Unfortunately, there are indeed people like that.
But all the workers from overseas I know who live in Japan are studying Japanese so hard. They follow Japanese rules and try to get along with Japanese people. If you invite people from overseas as workers, this country needs to be safe and attractive as a workplace.
You know, I was just thinking that a company that's easy for foreign workers to work at is probably also a nice place for Japanese people to work.
I think so too. That is a win-win for everyone. Piko, what you said was really good.
Right?
What kind of company would you like to work for, Piko?
I don't want to work. I just want to have fun without work every day.
That's a great answer.